Hi, Daniel. Berry Sports. Hi, Light. How are you? Hi, Lois. Hi, Sean. My Easter was just like every other day. How about yours? Megan just is doing good. I'm glad to hear that, my friend. I miss Jed. Sean says I rested and ate. That's great. Let's see where I missed Jed at. Chef Mary. Hello, Chef Mary. You were here early. I missed you. Lois, I did not see Poet. Is he here and I'm just missing him for some reason? Jack is very happy with his breakfast. Jed says I said hi in another live. No problem. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss you. Hello. Hello, my friend. Wassa says Poet, Lois, Daniel, Cat. I know. It's quite early for me to grace this place with me presence tonight. I was feeling extra generous. Hello, Wassa. Goodness, Jack. Jack says it was really good. Worth chasing the bowl after, apparently. We're always cooking. I don't know why. Because nothing's ever straight and perfect. It's just a reminder. Wassa says hello there. Or yes, to Wassa. Sometimes Lois and Wassa, once I said that, I didn't know if I said Wassa said hello there or... Never mind. It's early. Hi, Nikita. Nikita says, good morning, everyone, in the Cat&Jack, and to our special dog, Jack. Jack said, thanks. Hope everyone had a great Easter. Dad was just getting in the garbage out quick before he gets on YouTube. Before he gets Midnight Junior and Snowflake in bed. I knew I would get it sooner or later. Oh, Jack, be easy, boy. He acts like he's drunk. There you go. Wash your face. Stay off my laundry basket, sir. I give you the whole bed. What more could you want besides my laundry basket? Oh, Jack, get out of there. Funny boy. Jen says, I got most of the fan art drawing done. That's awesome. Exciting. How do you feel about it? It's very dark in here, right? All right, I gotta find something to sneeze into. Jack, be cooperative. I feel a sneeze coming on. Jen says the YouTuber likes it. Aw, I'm so happy. Yay. Hi, Jack. I'm still coughing. I know. We'll get it out of our system sooner or later. Oops, sorry about that. That's all. Okay, you feel good? You ate and you feel good? All right, I like it. Sean says, I was in another chat and they asked everyone, is it nasty to pee in the shower, male or female? What are your thoughts, Kat? Who cares? I don't think it's a big deal either way. What do you think, Sean? Oh, Nikita had said, I don't know why it blocked this, Nikita. Next weekend, Dad's going back sleeping on his own bed with Midnight Junior so Snowflake can sleep in her bed in the TV room. Midnight gets mad that she can't sleep in the same room. Because why can't everybody sleep together? I have never made a cat go to sleep anywhere other than where it wants to sleep. Hello, my friend whose beautiful name I cannot read. Busy lady, hello, my friend. It's good to see you. Welcome back. Melissa says, who cares exactly? No biggie is that's what I meant. Exactly. Sean says, I don't, but I've done it before. It doesn't make sense. If you have to go, if you have not thought to go before you get in the shower, what's the big deal? Hopefully you would wash it before you took a bath. Nikita says Snowflake and Midnight Junior will fight. Really? At their ages, they're still fighting. Are you kidding me? Jack, you think you can escape, but I've got a solution to every move you've got, baby. I've got you figured out. We've been together 6 long years, baby. I know you. There you go. Nikita says yes. Look at that cute puppy. What do you think about him? He's the cutest thing I ever did see. Poet says, I am on season 7, episode 7 of SpongeBob. Did you say there were 15 seasons? Right. Number 2 is not even an option. Are you watching yourself? That's you, Jack. That's you. Look, I have a tail. Thanks, Jack. He does not like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for playing with your tail. Forgive me. Forgive me. Jed says yes, 15 seasons. I guess, Sean, that was a good question to get people talking. That YouTuber was pretty smart. Hi, leave me alone. Is that what you're saying? Hmm? Hi, Dylan. How are you? Is it too dark? Is that what you're telling me? Turn a light on? I can do that. Oh, the light's not working, Jack. What's up? Let me get the fan on. Oh, lights. Nikita says, my dad said he doesn't get why they fight. He has to stay in the same room if they are together. If not, in there, she hisses and stuff. Hello again, Dylan. Hi, Just Lovely. Nope, Just Love Lydia. You know what? That could be Just Lovely Diamonds. It almost says Just Lovely Diamonds. That's great. Dylan says, I'm doing all right, I suppose, Jack. There you go. Perfect. Perfection. Happy day after Easter. Thank goodness it's over. Jed says, charging my phone right now, and I might cook mac and cheese again to use up my milk. That's good until the 6th. Oh, that's a smart idea. Wassa says that tail is like his face for expressing himself. He appeared quite perturbed at the notion of you taking it over. Nikita, we did nothing for Easter. Same old thing every day. Dylan says, I love Easter, don't you? Not particularly. Sorry. When Jack was little, I had was I had worked at a vet's office where I tell the story about the baby pit who had swallowed a long sock and it ended up killing it. So that was fresh in my mind when I had Jack as a puppy. I know, I'm sorry. That was fresh in my mind when I had Jack as a puppy. And so, of course, he was very focused on the socks, and I was very focused on getting the socks away from him at all costs, which included grabbing his tail. So that is why Jack is so sensitive at his tail. It's all my fault. I'm sorry. I did it out of love, though, huh? We make mistakes, even though it's a loving one. I love you so much. I think he forgives me, but he does not want me messing with his tail anymore. Just Love Lydia says, thank you for your support on my birthday party. You're very welcome. Jed says, I have enough money in my account. I might order my electric bike I've been wanting with delivery. It's 409. Don't you already have a motorbike or something? A scooter? I'm just wondering if you'll have enough room to bring them both in. Sean says, when it comes to milk, you still have a few days afterwards, unless there is an exception to that rule, Sean, unless you buy your milk at Dollar General. Then you might not even have till the expiration date because they're questionable how fast they get their milk in the coolers. I had $5 generals on my account as a salesperson for Pepsi. So I saw a lot. Yep, Jed said the same thing, Sean. I think it depends on where it's coming from and how fast do they work it. Jed says, I have a gas-powered scooter, yes, but my dad wants me to sell it. Okay, I see. Are you done with us, Jack? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for picking on you. Please forgive me. Jed at Poet for You says hi to Lydia. Jed says, I buy my milk at Walmart. You know, maybe it's just your Walmart. I don't have a problem with my Walmart milk. Wassa says, I was a freak about my dogs possibly ever getting hit by cars. It was the only thing they knew. Oh, shoot, I missed it. The only thing They knew Daddy would really lose it over, so even when they escaped the yard, they'd always remain on the block. Huh. Not my dog. Squid says he proved that too. He proved that when he got loose a couple weeks ago. Squid, Jack is a Irish setter. Thank you, Squid. What is that good dog doing? Oh. What do you got? More socks, right? Because we're talking about socks. Turkey, look at that face. I've gotten much better. I just tell him I don't care. And I still watch. But he knows. He knows this gets Mom excited when he's playing with socks. He's very aware. I don't think he could swallow that. It's pretty balled up, pretty thick, so I'm good. Squid says he's annoying. Okay. Poet says, and if I buy my electric bike, I would sell my normal mountain bike also. Wow. Wassa says, even chasing the ball, if it went in the street, they'd stop dead on the curb. Wow. Hi, Stella. Michael says, I used to freeze my milk in a little container and pull out one at a time to be used. Did that work? Interesting. Huh. It's so interesting because I usually only buy milk for like recipes or cooking stuff like macaroni and cheese, which I almost never do, or smoothies. I might use some milk in a smoothie. So that's an interesting idea. I like that, Michael. Just love Lydia says Jack is cool. Thank you. Just love Lydia. Thank you for that. Jack, don't let anybody hurt your feelings, Bubba. You're a good boy. You're sweet. You know these are two pairs of socks. They're not so big after all. I'll take them from you. Thank you. You're a very good boy. Jed says last night I added a cup of French vanilla coffee to my chocolate protein shake. Oh, that's a good idea. To make it a wake up kind of shake. Dylan says my dad does not like the Walmart milk because it tastes so watery. Huh. I'm not a huge milk drinker, like plain milk. I'll stick some chocolate in the milk and I'll drink it then. Especially a big old, there probably has to be about this much chocolate at the bottom of the glass so I can just spoon it out and eat the chocolate, not really the milk. Jackie. Oh. I'm sorry, I took it from you. What would you like? What can I give you? Would you like Foxy? Monkey. Foxy or Monkey? Which one? Either? Hmm? Who do I have? I don't want to take the eyes off Monkey. I'll give you Foxy, okay? Will this make you happy? Here, here's somebody to lay on. It makes the chocolate protein shake richer. Nice. Mm. Oh, I guess you didn't want it, huh? My cats always chew my Soulful Myers if it's white. Midnight Junior. I can't remember if I missed it. I saw that the cats had a good Easter, and I'm glad. Shoot. SpongeBob because he's annoying. SpongeBob is annoying. Oh, I missed that part. Michael says my cats always chew my cord if it's white. Midnight Junior loves sleeping on my bed. We did that for 13 years. Snowflake loves her own bed in the TV room. And the girls had a great Easter. It's so funny. I am glad they had a great Easter, Michael. Do you have more socks? My goodness, where are you getting them all from, sir? I was hiding socks in those boots, in Debbie's boots, and Jack found them. That's what happened. Dylan says, yeah, I cannot drink milk because every time I think about the taste of it, It makes me gag so much. That's why I like chocolate in it. How come Ben and Jerry cost so dang much? I bought a pint for $7. Wow. Crazy, but it's so dang good. Poet says it doesn't keep me awake. Me either, Jed. I can take a cup of coffee to bed with me. I usually do. But lately I've been kind of behaving myself and just having not water, but Crystal Light by the bed. Just a drink that's not coffee. Michael says I can't drink milk. It makes my tummy hurt. I drink one that won't hurt my tummy. Oh, nice. Yeah, milk isn't really good for you anyways. Big Dairy has hidden it well. I was allergic to milk as a baby. Well, that's a lot to read, Wasa. I'll leave that for anybody who's really interested. Sorry. I also drink coffee / Rockstar before bed. What? You're saying Rockstar? Are you just saying that for me, Wasa? What do you think, Jack? I think Jack's having a conversation with Miss Shroom over here. But I do believe you about the dairy. I mean, any large corporation. Milk is actually good for your calcium in bones and teeth, Dylan says. I think Wasa is saying maybe differently. Where are my? I just don't have my glasses, and I don't know where they're at because I can't see. Oh, by the way, I should. Today's Monday. I have a lot of stuff to do today, like getting my statements from the banks, and I had to pick up my glasses, pick up my new glasses. Yay. Wasa says no, for reals. Caffeine don't interfere with my sleep. Me either. Sean says I hate coffee, but will drink a cold beer though. Ooh. I'd much rather drink coffee than beer. I think beer is nasty. I think beer tastes like what I would think peace tastes like. Except for honey brew. Is it honey? Honey? Was there a honey brew beer? Oh gosh, man. I could drink the heck out of that, but the hangover the next day was so not worth it. It was pretty ugly. Oh, Michael. All alcohol is disgusting to you, huh, Wasa? Sean says, sometimes I drink a beer before I go to work. Be careful where you say that. But I could see that. I got to start the day. That's not a good idea, though. Dylan says, yeah, I don't want to drink beer even if I'm 21 and still don't want to. Sean, the boss says, Sean, to do what job? Right. Coffee doesn't bother my sleep either, said Lois. Our birthday week girl. This is a birthday week, isn't it? We've got Lois and Lydia, and I know there's a ton of birthdays in April. Michael says, I can't drink alcohol because of my meds. Well, you're just not adventurous, are you, Michael? No, I'm kidding. Oh, I'm sorry. Sean says, I do construction work, sir. Oh, Dylan's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow, Dylan. See, lots of April birthdays. Well, I will write that down, Dylan. In case you're here tomorrow, I'll be able to say happy birthday. Just in case, right, Jack? Here you are. You're written down. Noah says, happy birthday. Early, Dylan. Yes. Wassa says, Sean, question. By any chance, are there a bunch of lopsided and crooked buildings in your area? Dylan says, oh, yes. Alrighty then. I was born at 4:30 a.m. Wow. Down to the minute, huh? I know I have it on a card somewhere, but I don't remember my time. I don't even remember what time my girls were born. Oh, you're so welcome, Dylan. Mr. Handsome says, hi, babe. Nice dog. Thanks, babe. How are you? Jack, do you think we should finish getting dressed or just wait till later? All I'm getting is big stare down today. Talon says, good morning, Jack. Good morning, Talon. Lewis says if Sean was looking at the buildings, he wouldn't know if it were crooked. Sean says, you're funny. I only drink one, but after work, it's a beer feast with me and my coworkers. Well, I would think, just like some of us are used to drinking coffee before bed, now I know this is not going to be popular, but somebody like Sean who has a good old time after work, I think one beer probably just gets him straight in the morning. I've heard this story. I spent a lot of time in AA rooms. Lois says that could be very true. And Wassa says, Sean, that probably won't last. You can do that when young. And Sean says, yes, you're right, Kat. I think Sean's already said he's got a little bit of an issue and he realizes it. Is that right, Sean? Did you not tell me that? This little spot, it looks like something on Jack's face, but it's white. That's where his white's going to start coming in. It already is. It makes me sad. Sean says, yes, gotcha. Wassa says, yep. Sean is just using the one beer for a hangover cure. Yeah. He says, I'm 43 years old. I drink a beer in the shower. That's what struck me when you said the shower thing. It reminded me of my ex-husband. Dylan says, what's wrong with Jack? Nothing. Oh, nothing's wrong with him. I was just saying Irish setters get a white face when they get older. And I was seeing where some of the white is coming in right here. He's like, leave me alone. Quit picking at me, Mom. There's nothing wrong with him except for I'm picking on him because he's getting old. Are you getting old, Jack? Lucas says bark. Jack does not bark on command. We have not gotten that far yet. Hi, Paul. Good morning. It's good to see you. I almost missed you there. This thing isn't moving either. What's wrong with my laptop? It's stuck. Oh, there you go, Wassa. Sean says, yes, I'm alcoholic. I went to rehab for it, so I'm a lot better now. It's always a work in progress, Sean. And I wish you well. I'm rooting for you. Luke says, bark at your dog. No, I don't think so. I don't know you. Hi, Corrupted. Corrupted says, you're. And Wassa says, Sean, I see. Poet says, sorry, I was listening to some genre. A friend put my beauty search song into Suno and showed me his drawing. Oh, nice. What do you think about it? How did it turn out, Jed? And why haven't you tried sticking your own lyrics into Suno and adding what kind of beat you want it to have, a male or female voice, what are some more words you would describe a song with? Have you tried Suno yourself, Jed? It's kind of fun. I know everybody makes Suno songs and they want to share them, me included. But I find they are specifically tailored just for you. I love my playlist. Corrected says, I always say live by the bottle, die by the bottle. Oh no. Dylan says, yeah, because it's not nice to bark at your dog. And he's kind of over me this morning. I've been messing with him a little too much. Messing with him without the phone is one thing. But when the phone is right between us, he doesn't care for it too much. He gets a little sensitive. Corrected says, what's up, poet? How are you? Oh, Jackie. What is wrong with my computer, by the way? I feel like it's frozen. Let's try it again. There we go. You're right, Wassa. You are absolutely right. Dylan says, well, happy 22 for me. You're 22 tomorrow? How nice. Gosh, 22, so young. He's going to fall off the bed. You just see how he's laying. His butt's kind of hanging. It's getting there. Lois says, you are just a baby, Dylan. He says, yep. Well, that's great. Wassa says, wow, 22. You want to trade ages? Would you like to go back to 22? What if you had to go back knowing nothing differently than you did at 22 the first time? Would you go back then? Paul says, I'm 22. Corrupted says, yes, I would. Really. Dylan says, wow, thanks, because I'm always shy anyways. Wassa says, oh boy, yes, wow. Corrupted says, bro, whoa. Paul says, I'd go back to 7. Was that right before whatever happened to you happened, Paul? Corrupted says, bro, be chuckling. I love it. Lois says, no, I don't think so. Wassa said, I go back to infancy. Exactly. Dylan says, I would love to be 7. And Paul says, yes. 7 is a critical age. I can see that, Paul. Lois, I was thinking the same thing, Lois. I was wondering if it's maybe the women, more women would say no, they wouldn't go back versus men. I won't say because we're smarter. I would never say that out loud. Seriously? Okay, yes, I would. Lois says that could be. I also think women, well, for me and what I've seen with other women that I've grown up with, that you really start to come into yourself the older you get. You kind of leave behind all the nonsense, hopefully, and start focusing on more important things. Dylan says, back in the hot weather was not a problem for me because I was way little. Lois says, yes, exactly. My sister. Rosie, hello, my lovely friend. It's good to see you. Rosie, we were talking about if we could go back to any age, really, everybody's picking an age, and start over again. But you don't have the knowledge you have now. You have to go back with the same knowledge you had when you did it the first time. Would you? And if you would, what age? Paul says, what nonsense? What nonsense? Question mark. Oh, oh, did I say something about nonsense? Like give up all the nonsense, like worrying about do people like me? Do I look good? Am I good enough? Um, just that kind of stuff that doesn't even freaking matter. Everybody says hi to Rosie, and Sarah said hi. Hi, Sarah. You know, Paul, when you first said what nonsense, I didn't see the question mark, and I was like, you were saying what nonsense to what I was talking about, and I was like, what did I say? And then I had to think about what I actually did say. It's so easy to, it's just shows how easy it is to mistake somebody just from words on a screen. He says, no. Sarah says, happy Monday. Well, happy Monday to you too. It's a day to get a lot of stuff done for me. It's going to be all right. I'll make it through, I'm sure. Rosie says, I wouldn't go back. I would love to be young again, but to go back, I wouldn't. And by young and meant, again, Rosie means really young because Rosie is young. And she says, hi, everyone in chat. And Paul says, hi, Rosie. Dylan says, yeah, 5 days a week sucks. 5 days a week of what, Dylan? I missed it. Yeah, Lois says Jack is in sleep mode now. No, he looked at me. He's still paying attention. He's trying to ignore me. Poor Baba. Pasta says, what? Wow, Rosie is very mature for her age then, because I would have guessed she's at least 45. Wow. No. Rosie, do you want to tell how old you are? She is very mature. And I feel like Rosie carries a lot of weight. Way too much weight for a 19-year-old. Oops. There we go. She said it just as I said it. Good deal. Oh, Dylan says 5 days a week sucks when you have a lot of stuff to do all the time. Yes. Rosie is just a baby. Yes, she is. We mean that in a loving way. I knew who you meant. I got you. Yep, she's looking for a shirt. I had to break the news. Sweetie. I miss Deborah. Let's practice being awesome today. What do you think? I think I can and I will. Dylan says I'm 21 years old still, and I've gained a lot of weight due to winter, and I weigh 170 pounds. Is it really bad or no? Depends on how tall you are, I think, and how well you carry your weight, and your frame, and all that good stuff. So many factors. Rosie says, I don't mind being a baby. I'm glad. Because I remember when I was 19 and people would call me a baby, it would make me so mad. But, when I was 19, I was very mad. That's some of the things I just had to put away, Paul, that I'm talking about. What the heck was I so mad about? I was mad about a lot of things. This is no bueno. Hi, William. How are you, my friend? Dylan says, well, my height is 5'11". Corrupted has messed up his arm somehow and it's been hurting. How long has it been hurting? I don't know, Dylan. I know there are things you can look up to see a height to weight ratio, and I think you should take that with a grain of salt because I know people who are way heavier than they should be, but they're thin. It's really strange, like they got heavy bones or something. I think it happens on a case by case basis. Rosie says, my brother makes me mad when he says because he's 1 year apart from me. So when I say it, he also gets mad. Aw. Jack, are you hiding stuff from me? I just cannot find it. William says, just pissed at life, the normal. I think that's what I was talking about when I said I was angry at everything at 19. I think I was there. I've been there before. William, you say some things that strike me so strongly because I felt the same things before. Jed says hello to Rosie, and Rosie says, yeah, go to the doctor, homie. That's your arm. He says, hell no, I just got to wait out the pain, huh? He might have just slept on it wrong, something silly. I would wait too. That's just the way I am. Sometimes things just go away on their own. That's what you hope for. Rosie says, hi, Jen. Sure. I think for me, William, having a baby calmed me down a little bit. I found some love in the world. Or maybe I found a reason to be more loving. William says, I am okay. Abandoning my family to get what I want in life just sucks. That's my only option. Well, I know you complain about them holding you back a lot, so maybe it is the option for you. Maybe doing it on your own is for you, even though it's really scary. I still get scared doing things on my own, being all alone. It sucks sometimes. That's why I enjoy you guys so much. And place too much importance on my dog. They could choose to just not be in the way. Oh, that's so interesting you say that, William. Rosie says, I can't imagine you being mad, Cat. My mind won't process it. You sound so calm. That's why I was talking about not going back for me. It's taken me a long time and a lot of work and a lot of crap. And I'm not always like this. Sometimes I still get pretty excited about stuff, but not so much. This feels like a good place to be, for the most part. Paul says, I was always loving, but the world is a vicious crowd. I agree, Paul. Rosie says, hey, Paul, how are you? William at God Made an Example of Me says, well, they made the choice to do something against me, and they could have just left me alone and left me here. Let me leave. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know what your situation is or the reasoning, you know. I'm sorry you're going through so much, though, William. Practice says, yeah, the world and people. I do find, William, that no matter where you go, you're going to find yourself there. It won't be your parents, it'll be somebody new, but you're still going to have yourself. The one constant is going to be there. Jet says, that's good news to hear, Rosie, and I'm still doing good. Still watching SpongeBob SquarePants series on year 7, I think he said. Paul says he's doing good to Rosie, and she says, are you sure, Paul? Right? Dylan says, well, you will be shocked because Western Kentucky will be 32 degrees with a frost advisory tonight. Ooh, I do believe it. It's kind of cold now. I mean, I'm just in Tennessee. I'm a little south of you, but I've noticed our temperature got kind of cold too. Paul says, yes, he's sure. Lois says, family dynamics when you are young can really suck. Yes. William says, I love the world unconditionally, but I grow tired of getting battered and blindsided by placing faith in others. You know, I agree. I get let down every time I place my faith in somebody else because nobody else is going to rescue me. Nobody's going to come and save me. I mean, I have found a man who would do that for me, but was I happy? Hell no. You sure can place your faith in somebody else, but you're probably going to be let down. It's just the way it is. Rosie says, you positive, Paul? LOL, sorry I'm bothering you. Oh, and Paul says, you are never a bother, Rosie. William says, not even young, but getting praised for smarts in the same scenario, I am too stupid for seeing the world as it is, and then for them to turn around and tell me I was right. I do think you need to get away from your parents. I definitely agree. I think you need to get out there and find out for your own. Huh, Jackie? Huh? Rosie says, oh my God, I've never heard you say hell no, dang. I do cuss occasionally. Sorry. I forget myself sometimes. Rosie says, corrupted, you leave me again. Still got you, Jack. Should we try to make Dale a big head today? Yes, we should. I think if we move him just a little bit. Hey, William, I just want you to know no matter what, I love you. Corrupted says, nah, I'm here. Rosie said he's watching. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at you, Big Head Jack. That's a dirty look. On Poipus. It was definitely side eye, Sarah. He was giving me some dirty looks there. It was great. Austin said, did you notice Carl went live earlier while we were at Yogi's, so we missed it? I don't know if it was an accident or if he did it like an orca on porpoise. I thought the same thing. I thought Carl might do that so he could say we picked Yogi over him. But what you don't know, Wasa, is that me and Squirrel Sniper, unknowing of each other's actions, went over and said hi to Carl. So we would not be in too much trouble. Hi, Joyce. Good morning or good evening or good afternoon. Hello. How about just hi? Rosie says corrupted. I have 5 pennies added to the 8. William says the problem isn't me. I am going to make life work wherever, and giving information is seen as just complaining. I am at the level of frustration because I have already completely exhausted my efforts running mental gymnastics trying to find another answer. Dylan says Yogi reminds me of Yogi Bear a little bit. Does he? Curtis says, Carl, gonna say you guys never join my live. You guys don't love me, right? We know Carl by now. Nope, I got lucky and happened to see he was live. Rosie says, Dylan, he's a great person. He is. Wassa says, Doe, you didn't give me a heads up, left me in the cold. I'm going to be in trouble. I'm sorry. No, I would never go into, well, I did think about saying something, but Yogi's live yesterday was so good. I did not want to take anything away from it. I don't know. Miss Flipper and him yesterday were just on fire. It was really good. I enjoyed it. That was the light of my day. Corrupted says, I'm going to have to check out Yogi because I don't know who dude is. Dylan agrees. Yep, he's a great person, Rosie. And Wassa says, no. I don't know what the no was to. Rosie says, Wasa, you're either going to get banned or you're not mod no more. This is a warning, lol. Run. Think about that song. It starts off with run and then it starts off with music. What is that song? William says, I stopped streaming. I didn't know you ever streamed. I'm sorry. I stopped streaming because I don't want to be involved in stuff like that. My family played You Do, Don't X, You Don't Love Me to the nth degree. I do think it's time for you to break away, my friend. Wasa says, whoa, I got booted off YouTube there for a second. Interesting. I gave up mod. I don't want the pressure of managing rules. Well, here, and I think at Yogis too, the mod is simply to help you get around, not to ask you to control or do anything. Just simply have fun, meet people, interact. If you're taking the mod's position, I know some people take it very seriously. I don't want to say anything bad because I have friends that take it very seriously. Nick Rao, hello. What's up there? Jack and Dale Jr., how are you, my friend? Oh, Rosie said that's Carl Wassa knocked you off of YouTube. He's always talking to the big wigs at YouTube. He might have more power than we know. Wassa says, yeah, no. I understand why you couldn't be appropriate or inappropriate or me and Yogi's live. Okay. Happy belated Easter. Well, same to you. Shoot. William says, I would love to move out if I could, Kat. I thought I found a place, but the dude got sketchy quick and felt like I was going to end up getting trafficked. Just trying to find a place to live well. Hmm. Well, that's not good, William. Rosie says, not me. Pulling I'm a baby card. Oh, but before that, she said, Carl, I love you. Please don't come after me. I'm just a baby. And that's not me pulling an I'm a baby card. Got you. And Rosie says, hi, Nick Rao. How are you, Nick Rao? You were wondering about who having a job somewhere, Dylan. I do have a job. I'll be going back on the, I won't be going back on the 15th or 16th. I think the 17th. Is the 17th a Friday? I should let my boss know I'm coming back to work. Yes, I work for Pepsi. I'm just on short-term disability for a very short term left. I don't think that's really fair, William. He says it's a different world. Your childhood, you could reasonably expect there was authority to hold people accountable. There was a fervent respect for the law. You believed everyone strived. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can speak that broadly on people's childhoods. That's not what I found in my childhood. I found people will let you down. You could not rely on anybody. And I'm sure a lot of people had some experiences like that too. You're not alone, William. Older generation or not. Dylan says, oh, okay. Yep, Dylan, I'm going to hit 11 years this year, and I think I'm going to shoot for 13. Paul says, I'll stay quiet. I think Paul could tell you a lot about a childhood that wasn't so great, and yep, I think he might argue that too. Rosie says, Corrupted and Paul, where'd y'all go? As I ask about you, Paul, she laughs. Wassa says to William, nope. Now you can video record. Back then, people could lie and get away with it all day. William says, but I mean people getting beat up, walking in the street without charges. And people lie, even with recordings now, and get away with it. I don't think anybody is going to convince William of anything because William has his mind made up. But I'm rooting for him. I want the best for William no matter what. Hi, Lady Sky. Good morning. Lady Sky comes in bringing the sunshine and the Memorial Day star. How are you, Lady Sky? It's good to see you. We were having a pretty serious talk about would we go back in time to a different age when we were younger, even if we didn't know anything differently? Like, you couldn't go back to 19 knowing all you know at 40 something. You'd have to go back knowing exactly what you knew back then. Would you redo some things? 49 days until Memorial Day. What is UM? Lois says, hi, Lady Sky. And Wassa says, okay, William. I didn't get the rest. But William does know his life and where he's coming from. And yeah. Wassa says, Lady Sky, I came to your live several times, but you weren't there. Did you go live yesterday, Lady Sky? William says, I'm not unwilling to be convinced. It just seems dramatically less safe now compared to, say, 60 years ago societally. I think I probably agree with you. In some instances, well, overall, yeah, the world is a shittier place. Oh, Dylan says, my Aunt Linda Gale, bless her heart, in Irvine, Kentucky, has worked, and this is why I said bless her heart, has worked at Walmart for 25 years. And they celebrated her 25-year anniversary. Nice. Bless her heart for staying at Walmart that long. I couldn't do it. Lady Sky says hi to Paul. Rosie says, I hate the past. Oh, Lady says, yeah, I was asleep, Wassa, so I did a sleep stream for a few hours. And Crafted says, damn, 60. I'm not 60. I'm not over 60, but we're just talking generally 60 years ago. Lois agrees with William. William says, of course, there are a ton of people who had bad childhoods. I apologize. I wasn't trying to diminish anyone's experience. And I'm not trying to diminish your experience either, William. I just want you to know you're not alone. And Corrupted says he is barely here, Rosie. Paul says, I thumbs up. Corrupted says, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know that, LOL. Rosie says, LOL, welcome to my world, homie, 50-50. I'm so lost. I think Rosie and Corrupted have their own little language going on. She says we do. William Barry says, is that Dale Jr.? Yes, why, yes, it is. Wasa says hello to Syed. Did I miss Syed somewhere? I know a Syed. Paul says, you think I wouldn't be a loving person, but the complete opposite. Mm. William says, have you heard from Mr. Downey lately? Still lost. William says, Dale Jr. is cool. I agree. I lost my interest in NASCAR when he left racing himself. I know he's still involved, but not the same. There is the star of the hour, Carl Shell. We were just talking about you. How are you doing? We were talking, you went live yesterday, and I got to pop in and say hi. And Wasa didn't. Oh, Cat is feeling evil today. I'm sorry, Wasa. I was actually just deflecting. Sorry, I threw you under the bus, friend. I'm a crappy friend, aren't I say that often. I will let you down. Lady Sky says, I would be 18 again. Really? Wow. Dylan says, you do have a nice house, I have to admit. Oh, thank you. Wasa. I know, it was so evil, but it was so funny. It cracks me up so bad. Carl does not have a bad reputation, no. Everybody's saying hello to Carl. And Lady Sky says, 13 days to my birthday. Happy birthday in 13 days. Do you know tomorrow is our friend Dylan's birthday? He will be 22. Crafton says, I'd say if I had to go back. No, not if you had to. It's more if you wanted to. So you would go back to 16. Hi, Just Us. We have not seen you in a while. Hello. Thank you for number 28 like. We appreciate that. God made an example. William said, I skipped my birthdays this year. Yeah, it all runs into one at some point, right? Just like Easter, it ends up being just another day, unfortunately. There we go, Jackie Boo. Paul says, I skip them every year. Aw. Just Us says, I haven't seen your live in a while. I've been here. I took a day off yesterday. But Rosie says Yogi is skipping his birthday. Dylan says your doors look and those walls too. I think, thank you, Dylan. Thank you. Carl says I only got 9 likes yesterday because you didn't stay live very long, right, Carl? Less than an hour. It was bad timing for me, friend. You know that. Just Us says I stopped counting my age after 35. Well, Just Us is bad timing. It's 1 a.m. right now. Well, that's probably why it's hard for you to catch up with us. You're probably not always up at 1 a.m., are you? Lady Sky said hi to Lois. Wasa, did you say hi to a Syed earlier? Did I miss somebody? Because I did not see them. Lois says it's 3 a.m. for her. Just Us, it is probably, let me look, about 4-ish, maybe a little after 4 a.m. Lady Sky says it's 3:06 a.m. Central Time Zone for me. Rosie says, why am I imagining corrupted laughing in an evil way? Wasa says yes, but apparently he left immediately afterwards. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed him. Just says, wow, so early. Yeah. Rosie says, you're 1 hour behind. Just says he's sleeping. He is sleeping really good. Jack doesn't care if I had to get up from work. He says I'm still sleeping. Thank you, Dylan. And Carta says, that's just how it be, the laugh. And Wassa says it's 1:07 a.m. in Portland, Oregon. Jed says, sorry, I was recreating my Discord server. Why does anybody go to a place called Discord? I mean, is it what it sounds like, a place for people to be in discordance with things? I don't know if that's how you use that word. Rosie says, LOL, corrupted ugh, you made my day. Lady Sky says, if I was there, I would make a pineapple upside down cake for you, Cat&Jack. That's very sweet. Thank you, Lady Sky. Carl says, after what happened, I'm lucky to be here. Oh no, what happened, Carl? You must tell me what happened. Jed says, my family uses it as a family group chat. Discord? Okay. Lady Sky says, you're welcome, Cat. Aw. Wassa says, yum. Lady Sky, could you make mine right side up, though, please? That's what fun is that? Wassa, or Lady Sky says, sure, Wassa. Carl says, I was threatened yesterday. In real life, Carl, or on the live stream? That's why you should wait. You should wait for Kat to be there because she would look out for you. If you right. Rosie says, Carl, by who? Lady Sky says, do you like my profile picture, Kat? Yes, it looks like a star to me. And I saw you said the star was for Memorial Day. Who threatened you, Carl? You must tell. Dylan says, in Tennessee, where you live, how expensive are you all's groceries? Rosie also said, let me at him, Carl. And Wassa said, Carl, by a person or an animal? He said, in real life. Oh my gosh. Did this happen during your live stream, Carl? Hi, Amanda. It's been a long time. Good to see you. Lady Sky says, yes, it's for Memorial Day. Oh, pistachio paste cake? We made a cake for St. Patrick's Day. We made a pistachio cake with pistachio icing. It was the best thing ever. Carl says, by scumbags. Well, Carl, I'm glad you're okay. Seriously, all kidding aside, I am glad you're okay. Was it during your walk? Oh, I forgot to answer the question. Lady Sky's on a different area of Tennessee, though. She says, I'm in Tennessee as well, Dylan. I spent on a few groceries yesterday, and the total was close to $65. Lois says, are you okay, Carl? And what happened for them to threaten you, Carl? From Rosie. Amanda says, nice to see you, Jack. It's nice to see you, too. William says, wow, I am jealous. Wish I could have tried some. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't make it though. My granddaughter was here and she made it. Um, and she made it into Oscar the Grouch. Yes, because it was green. So it was fun. Lady Sky is in Nashville, Dylan, and Kat is in Bristol. We are on total opposite sides of the state. And I think things are more expensive in Nashville. But my area of Tennessee, and I would say most of rural Tennessee, is a lot cheaper than most of the country. But it's still very expensive for us who live here. It's changed just like everywhere else. Dylan says that's crazy, yes. Rosie says I'm far from everyone. I do know, like, housing rates and stuff have been really cheap up until recently. You know, during COVID, prices of property went up, right? For whatever reason. But it took till this year for them to catch up with me. They doubled my taxes on my home. That's a big deal. Even though my taxes were nothing, they were 500. It's about 900 and something now. It's still a double. That's still big. Carl says there's a bunch of kids. A-Frame and Allie know about it, and so does JP. It's a bunch of kids. I'm sorry, Carl. Did you notify the authorities? Lady Sai says, gotta love Nashville, Tennessee, home for country music. Yes. Wassa says, Carl, kids like how old? Paul says, yeah, you live probably in a really expensive place too in Ohio, I would guess, Paul. You know, my cousin lives in Ohio too, but I think I told you, he temporarily moved to North Carolina during the winter because he's over it. Wow. Lady Sky says rent here in Nashville is around $5,000 in some places, though. Crazy. Rosie says, I'll be back. Carl says, JP rang the police. I was too shocked. Wow, Carl. Crafty says, how old is Carl? Carl is a little older than you. But Carl is very, what can I say about Carl? Carl's pretty sensitive. You have to spend some time with Carl, not just on his nighttime walk live streams, but hanging out in his apartment to really get to know Carl. Wow. See, Paul, that's what I was saying. I know it's not much compared to everybody else. Paul says his taxes are $3,500 a year. Yeah. Wow. Dylan says, yeah, it's got something to do with politicians, but of course we do not talk about it here. Okay, gotcha. AJKA9999. Hello, my friend. Thank you for the love. Jack says, thank you. Carl says, you'll never see the apartment again. Why? Because I was joking about your drawers. The Preppy 17. Hello. How are you? The Preppies 17. Please, can I have a shout out? How do you shout out? Shout out to the Preppies 17. Is that a shout out? We are good also, Preppies. Thank you. Wassa says cat. No, because of the threats, I think. Oh, is that why, Carl? Hang on, let me cough it out here. Lady Sky says, she's speaking my language now. She says, do you like cheesecake, Wassa? How come you didn't ask me? Because cheesecake, plain cheesecake, nothing on it, just plain. Plain New York style cheesecake. Yep, none of that. None of that. Philadelphia cream cheese cheesecake garbage. True New York style cheesecake. Oh my gosh. Closest thing to heaven ever. Paul has cheesecake for a birthday. Lois says, who doesn't like cheesecake? What I don't understand is why do people have to bury cheesecake under chocolate or strawberries or blueberries or all the many things you stick on a cheesecake? Like Lady Sky, yum. Cat, strawberry cheesecake. Crafty says, oh heck yeah, that stuff is bomb. Wasa says, Lady Sky, not really. Too rich for me, and the taste ain't the greatest. I usually pass on it. Oh, Wasa. Wasa. Starting to question everything I know about Wasa, everything I thought I knew about him. Carl says the Cheesecake Factory is in Chicago. The like headquarters restaurant for the Cheesecake Factory. Lady Sky says, "Oh, Wasa, yeah, cheesecake is rich, but oh, so good." The Preppy said, "Hi, thanks for the shout out. I love your dog. He's so cute. I also have a dog called Pam. Wow, it's the first time I've ever heard a dog called Pam. Nice. She is very mini and is a mix between dachshund and a terrier. Oh, how cute. A dachshund terrier mix. That's really interesting. Do you have pictures on your channel?" Lady Sky says, we have the Cheesecake Factory here in Nashville, Tennessee. Yes. I don't know if I've seen one here in Tennessee, but from Florida, wherever I lived in Florida, they were all over the place. Orlando. Dylan says, I would probably get me a chocolate Hershey's birthday cake from Walmart tomorrow. That sounds like a great idea. The Preppies is laughing. And yeah, you do? Okay, I'll have to go check it out. I'll bring you up on my laptop, and after the live stream, I'll check it out and I'll comment. Sarah says, cheesecake with an exclamation point. Yes, my sister. Cheesecake. You have videos on your channel. All right, I'll definitely pull you up and look at you later. Wasa says, I prefer a fruity smoothie that has just a small amount of milk. Are you a pretty clean eater, Wasa? You're welcome. I've got you up right now. Click. 20 subscribers. Aw. How old are you, my friend? Very young. Don't like cheesecake. That's okay. There we go. Lady Sky says, I made a mint Oreo cheesecake for a Super Bowl party a few years ago. I didn't get the rest of it. Oh, she said to Wasa. The Preppy says, I don't like cheesecake and I have subscribed to your channel. Ditto. I subscribe to your channel too. And thank you. You are welcome, my friend. Have you guys seen Zed lately? Have you checked out Zed's journey? He is in California and he was at a campground and he said, this place looks like it can use some work. And guess what? He is now living there and working there. Good for him. I'm so impressed. Wasa says, yes, pretty clean eater. I eat Marion berry pie a couple times a month. That's mostly it for that stuff. Wait a minute. Is that a typo? I just some yogurt as well for dessert, but I do drink too much sugar. The Preppy Preppy says, I love your dog's collar. It's so cute. Thank you. We got it at Walmart. Paul says, I'm probably going to get diabetes next. Oh my gosh. Why would you say that? Why do you think that, Paul? Is that something that's been in the works? Something you've been heading towards? The Preppy says, I live in the UK. Nice. Are there no Walmarts in the UK? Lois says, I hope not, Paul. Me either. Of course not. Oh, okay. No Walmarts. Interesting. I did not know. I thought they were like worldwide. Lady Sky says, I don't make cheesecake much because my mom doesn't like it. Paul says, based on his family history, and he's already borderline. The Preppy says, no, only America. I just don't believe that. I have to look that up. I'm not saying I don't believe they're not in the UK. I'm saying I don't believe they're only in America. I don't believe that at all. If Kmart still has one location open in the whole wide world, Walmart definitely has more locations in the world. Let's look it up. I will be shocked. In what countries does Walmart operate? Paul says, I couldn't stop carbs if my life depended on it. So I was wondering if it was just hereditary or dietary also. Wow, Paul. I feel the same way, but I feel like I do the carbs and the sweets out of a need for some sweetness or some love in my life. I feel like when I'm feeling super alone, I might eat more of that junk. I don't know. Walmart has more than 10,500 stores and clubs in 19 countries and e-commerce websites. Rosie says Kmart. I think they all did in the United States, but there's one location, I think it's in Guam, that's still there. Or Michael's or 7-Eleven. Lady Sky says New Zealand has Kmart. Really? Wassa says I eat a lot of fermented vegetables, fruit smoothies. I do eat grilled cheeses though. In a burger 1 to 2 times a month for me, or I get anemic otherwise. Wow. Paul says I've gone as far as eating the same. Oh, I won't give you any, but granulated sugar with peanut butter. I've been there, my friend. Hi, Marlon. Good morning. Let's see, where are Walmarts at? Give me just a list. I don't want to know about the U.S. International. Well, this is not turning out to be as easy as what I thought. Central America, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Chile, China, India, and Mexico. There you go. I don't know, Rosie. You know, if he falls asleep, this is his bedtime. Poor sad Jack. Hello, my friend. How are you, Bailey Smith? It's good to see you. A morning would not be complete without that. Creptus says no, not yet. Wassa says, I like a lot of things like avocado and cucumber salads with pink salt and lime juice. Wow. Lady Sky says hi to Corrupted. And Corrupted says, but I'm asleep now, though. Good night, Corrupted. Sweet dreams, my friend. Marlon says, I gotta hope to find a supermarket to get some bait from. Here are all closed, but with luck, one in France will be open. I hope you find what you're looking for. don't know why Rosie said no, why, ugh. Oh, because he's going to sleep. Corrupted says good night, Cat and Jack, and good night, homie, and good night, chat. Corrupted said. He meant to say that. Bailey says, what kind of thoughts has Jack been having? Well, this morning, first thing, leave me alone. It was a bunch of stop messing with me and leave me alone. Corrupted has a busy day. Sleeping? And Rosie says she's staying up for you guys. I appreciate that. Carl says, I'm on the verge of quitting YouTube. Carl, I hope you don't. And I'm really, really sorry about your experience the other day. That's kind of scary. Lois says, good night, Corrupted. And Rosie says, Carl, no, why? We love you. Corrupted says, wait, Rosie, your time is 3 a.m. And she says 4 a.m. here. Dylan says, that reminds me, are you glad that you don't have to wear face masks in stores like we did in 2020 pandemic? Kind of. I had fun with the masks. I would get all the fun masks and try them out. They were different. But for the most part, yes. But when I do have a video idea I've been kicking around for so long. I don't know why I haven't done it. Maybe I'm waiting for more. But I have so many uniforms from Pepsi over the last 11 years that I was going to do a video, one of those videos where you quick change your clothes, like you snap your fingers and your outfit's changed. I was going to do that with all my Pepsi uniforms and the Pepsi hats and all the masks. Krafta says, do y'all just stay up through the whole day? Rosie says, me, Cat, and Yogi have the same time, right? I do believe so. Wassa says, ideally some wrestling too. Corrupted, I take another nap, unless I'm going to work. But since I'm not working right now, I will take a nap in the morning. Marlon says, Lila is being naughty and strong-minded. Did you put her up to this cat? Yes, I did. I have been naughty myself this morning, haven't I, Wassa? Dylan says, yeah, I did not like wearing them, and I'm glad we don't have to. Carl says, I'm actually crying here. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry, my friend. Rosie says, I didn't sleep yet, Corrupted. I sleep once. Cat or Yogi are done with their lives. And if I'm not in their lives, I'm doing something. And Corrupted says, oh, all right. And Rosie says, I wish I get naps. Billy says, I used to hate when my mom took naps because she'd wake up so grumpy. Oh my gosh. But now I enjoy naps myself. There's nobody to get grumpy around. Billy says, I wore a pair of old underwear for a mask just because I thought the whole thing was hilarious. Oh my goodness. Do you hear? My shark vacuum just started. Why? I don't know. It's not programmed. Wassa says, oh, Carl, I hope you feel better. And Marlon says, ooh, tell me. And Carl says, oh, you don't join me, Rosie. Rosie was probably busy, and it was a holiday yesterday, and all sorts of things were going on, Carl. Dylan says, it's 3:30 a.m. and I need to sleep. I think you do too. Go ahead and get your sleep, my friend. We'll be here again tomorrow. It was good seeing you. Krupta says, LOL, Rosie. I see ya everyone tomorrow. Yes, we will see you then. Melissa says, Marlon. Rosie says, Carl, I don't get notifications. I'm trying to. Sorry. And Lois says, Carl, please feel better. Yes, We love you, Carl. Sweet, sweet friend Carl. Dylan says, yeah, it's sad that I go through this. And yes, it's nice seeing y'all too. Hi, baby. I want to know how come the guys who come in here and say, hey, baby, to me only stay for a second and then leave. What's up with that? Am I not cool enough? Carl says, I know where you all were. Okay, I just want to say I called it. I'm not even going to read what Carl said because I've already said it this morning. I got to go take care of my vacuum. I'm back. I'm back, Jackie. That vacuum has a mind of its own. Who said that? Rosie says, thank you, Paul. Lois says, Carl, I'm just trying to figure out this streaming stuff. And Rosie says, Carl, we try to support every channel, and yes, Yogi is one of them. Wassa says, but Carl, you knew beforehand we're always there at that time. Is that fair? Oh, Dylan. Dylan says, my depression needs to freaking go away. I got you. Carl says, you don't, Rosie. Well, Carl, how much do you love us? By knowing a lot of your friends are going to be at Yogi's. Yogi, who has supported you and helped you build your new channel, by the way. You know we're all over there. So why would you go live then? Why wouldn't you wait for us? Just a little bit. You knew we would have been there. Carl says, Tina and JP are going mad. Oh, so is Jack. That was funny, Jack. Rosie says, Carl, I can't even think about my own self. I try to join every. Well, Rosie, you cannot let Carl put a guilt trip on you. We love Carl and we do the best we can. But you know, we're only human. We're going to let people down. Dylan says, okay, good night, y'all. And see you tomorrow. Bye, Dylan. Get some rest. Oh my goodness. Rosie says, what does that mean? Carl says, you don't love me. You can say that, but you don't know how I feel. That's what you think, Carl. Amanda, my friend, are you still there in the background? How is Arizona? Everyone is saying goodnight to Rosie. I'm not to Rosie. Dylan's saying goodnight to Rosie. Everyone's saying goodnight to Dylan is what I meant to say. Carl. Do I have a song? Carl? I do have a song, Carl. Everybody's saying, What is Dylan says, oh, Lois, I didn't see your name. Jesus, let's go. Carl says, no one knew I was going live, but JP was busy and she stayed in my live stream. Well, Carl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry no one knew. And it was during a time where you knew a lot of your friends were somewhere else. And you also know some of your friends who knew about you being live swung over just to give you support, right, Carl? We still cared enough to come over and say hi. But my bad, I did not tell everybody. Rosie says, Carl, I'll rewatch, I promise. Right? Lois says, if no one knew, how can you be mad at them? It's just Carl. I love Carl so much. I really do. Carl, did you say that those kids were bothering you during your live? I would have stuck my camera up in their faces. Rosie says, Carl, I love you. We do really love you, Carl. All kidding and joking and stuff aside, you're very important to us, and we would miss you if you left YouTube. Says, let's go. Carl says, I could have ended up in the hospital. You could have, but you didn't answer me. Did it happen while you were live streaming? But you didn't. Number one, you did not end up in the hospital. Thank goodness for that. I'm really glad. Rosie's asking why you could have ended up in the hospital, Carl. What do you think, Bella? Lois says, yes, we were all wondering where Carl was earlier in the stream. See, we do miss you. We love you, and we notice when you're not around. Thank you, Lois. Jackie. Oh, Rosie's sending lots of love to Carl, and he says, you were not. Who were not what? Oh, we were too. You have to rewind and look. We sure were. We sure were. Yes, we were. Paul says, yes, they were. Rosie says, Carl, we did. Carl says, today is a public holiday. And Paul says, yes, they were, and every day. Are they taking today to... Why is today a public holiday, Carl? Is it just a bank holiday? Sorry, hang on. Oh, hi. I wanted to mute you because I really want to cough. Okay, that's what I like about the Irish. If a holiday falls on a Sunday, they're going to celebrate on Monday. That's cool, Carl. Matt is alive. Hello, my friend. What has 4 letters, sometimes has 9, and never has 5? Oh no, 4 letters. What? What has 4 letters? Sometimes has 9 and never has 5. Got you. Exactly. Matt is alive. I was waiting for the punchline. I was like, no, it's right there. Matt is alive and has arrived. Thank you so much. That was fun. That was a fun little one. I guess just that one word at the beginning of a sentence can trick your mind. It's really interesting. Jack says, not interesting to me, though. You should see Jack from where I'm seeing Jack. He's so cute. He's my cutest boy. Jack, let's pretend I'm talking to you, okay? There we go. Hi, buddy. How are you? Hmm? That's my view. Oh, wait a minute. But you missed this part. This is the part you're not seeing. I think he needs a bath. He's very messy looking. When are you supposed to go to the groomer again, Jack? Carl says, I'm forming a vigilante group. Oh no, Carl. Really? I wonder what that looks like. Jack, you're so cold. You're so cold hearted. Matt says, did you know that the Irish people make chili with 239 beans in it? Because if it had just one more bean, it would be too farty. Oh, Wassa says, there you go, Carl. That's what I like to hear. You know what's bothering Jack is he can see himself on the TV. Lois says, I will grab my pitchfork and meet you, Carl. Oh, you can see my little ladybugs now. Aren't they cute? Carl says the Irish don't eat chili. It was a joke, anyways. Why don't they? It's always cold and rainy there. It seems like the perfect weather. Battery power, what? Oh, my battery power is going down. I better do something quick. What the heck? What happened? How did that happen? What the heck? It's okay. I got this. I can fix it. I can fix it right now. Let's fix it. I would hate to lose you. Rosie says they are. Yeah, it sounds like Ireland would be perfect weather for. Perfect weather for chili, Carl. But it was a joke anyways. It was a pretty good joke. Okay. I think you now have juice. Yes. Boy, I got really low. I guess it wasn't charging last night. Uh-oh. Carl says it's sunny today. Really, Carl? Are you, Carl, by the way, are you going to live stream today? Do you think you will? And if you will, what time do you think? Rosie says, Jack, love you. Oh, he loves you too, Rosie. Paul says, at 5. At 5. At 5. Maybe I missed something you said before that. Me, aren't you, Paul? Nope. Oh, at top 5. You're saying he's going to go live at 5? Rosie says, I got you. Live at 5, breaking news. Rosie says, Rosie says, if you go live, Carl, I can't join, at least in the morning. I got you. Yes, I got you when I was at Yogi's. I don't even spend that much time with Yogi in the morning. I might turn them on, but I usually go back to sleep. Carl, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting, Carl, how everybody knows you so well? Do you do that on purpose, Carl? Do you do that to test if we love you or not? Real talk, friend. Paul says, of course I'm right. Oh, Rosie says, no doubt. But Lois says, oh, Carl, you know we care. I think I don't know anything. Do you agree, Jack? Don't go nowhere. You just stay right there. Doing Oh, I know. It's a rough day. So rough. Carl says, I know you don't support me. You know, that's almost like a challenge. The old cat wants to be like, I'll show you not supporting you. That's the old cat coming out. Actually, she has a different name. But isn't that funny how that stuff comes up? That kind of crap comes up still. I'll show you I don't support you. I think it's kind of funny, Carl, because I go out of my way to support you. He says, it is a challenge. Well, like I said, I am going to let you down. I am a friend who will let you down. I apologize in advance. Rosie says, dang, Cat is an innocent actor. Did you not hear me throw Wasa under the bus earlier? That was harsh. I shocked myself when I did it. I also made myself laugh a lot, but Paul says, then it would be you're only here because I told. No, actually, when you go to Carl's live streams, he's a lot different. Hello, Cat, me friend. Nice to see you. And he always responds to whatever you say. If you talk to him in his chat, it might take him a while, but does respond to what you say. It's nice. And Carl sometimes sings in his live streams. Rosie says, I'd rather not know. You're right. Oh, Wasa, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking telling on myself, but you're right. Oh, I wonder if I knew that somewhere. Paul says maybe I should see. Yeah. Hey, Carl, how is Tina, by the way? Rosie says, I'll back away then, LOL. Stay innocent, please. You're okay, Rosie. She comes out occasionally just as a ridiculous reminder. Wasa says, that's okay. It was diabolically funny. But you did bring something to my awareness that I didn't even think about. So thank you for that. Rosie says, it's making me wonder if I visited, will I see the innocent side of you or the baddie? Well, I guess the baddie comes out in a protective mode. Um, like if you mess with my kids. Oh, I don't know who that girl who comes out. If you mess with my kids, I don't know who she is, but she's scary. She's very scary. I am like that. I am very protective over the people I love, Rosie. Carl says she's not happy with people. Either is A-frame. Rosie says, no, I'm really respectful. I don't mess like that. What I'm saying to you, Rosie, is I feel like if you came to visit, you would be like one of my daughters to me. You would get the good cat, the loving mom cat. But if anybody had messed with you, then you would see that other mom who is scary. Carl says she's not happy with people. Either is A-frame. Which one now is not happy with people? Well, Carl, I think we were saying earlier that you just can't depend on people to make you happy or to change your life, or you just can't rely on other people to do things for you or to make you feel a certain way. Tina, oh, I asked you about how is she? Is she still in the hospital, Carl? I'm thinking about Tina because you said she has your 52-year-old teddy bear, right? Oh, Jack almost had the big head. Let's turn it off. Lois says, then the cat's claws come out. Exactly. Rosie says, oh, I feel really special. Well, you should. That's who you'd be with, though. Oh, Rosie. So she's used to it. She says, my mom is overprotective, like very protective. Carl says, I'm not special. Carl, you are so special. By the way, does everybody know Carl is very special? I think we all know you're special, Carl. So, does Tina still have your teddy bear? Oh, Rosie says, Carl, you're special to me and we love you. Hey, Carl, you see up on that door? Now you can tease Cat. Those are my drawers. Not really my PJ bottoms, but they're still drawers. Carl would have stuff hanging in his apartment to dry, and I would tease him. They'd be like shirts and stuff, and I'd say, Carl, are those your drawers? Rosie says, Carl, do I have to write a poem to prove I love you? I will do so if need to. Carl says, I can't be. You're always in yogi stream. Well, as long as you're always comparing yourself to somebody else, you're going to be unhappy, my friend. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Paul says, I won't allow someone to be bullied by someone else. The bully would be making a bad decision. Aw. Rosie says, my mom is overprotective. is protective over me, but if I'm protecting her, she gets mad, LOL, but I don't listen to her. Sounds like you and your mom are really close, Rosie. I love that. I did not experience that, so I really appreciate that you have that. Oh, I got to chill all of a sudden. Probably my mama walking by saying, "What?" Jackie, you're so cute. I love you so much. What the sweetest boy. Is your nose cold? Your nose is cold. Ooh. Carl says yesterday's stream was not planned. I know. I know. I don't know how I didn't hear a notification or anything. I just scrolled down, happened to scroll down and see you, Carl. And that's when I said hi to you. And I saw Squirrel Sniper had just been there too. Oh, Rosie says, LOL. I mean, we had an argument like a few weeks ago, but we fixed it. We're good now. And Paul says, good, Rosie. Yeah. And anytime you live with people, you're gonna have arguments. It's good that you've worked it out. Hey, Paul, what are you working on lately? I know you're always working on some kind of art. What is your most recent project? Rosie says, yeah, it was a stupid thing that happened, but we fixed it. I said sorry, and she did as well. Wow, that's lovely. A drawing. Paul, do you use computers to draw? Rosie says, now me and my dad have no relationship together. Huh. Are your mom and dad still together, Rosie? And Rosie is interested. She says, what kind, Paul? And are you posting it? He says, no, you're not using a computer for your artwork. Nice. Wow. Well, then I'm just like even more impressed, Paul. What do you do with it all? What in the world? I bet your house is just full, or the place that you live is just full of all your artwork. He says it's a weird one. Hi, Mr. Possessive. He says, seems like deep chats this morning. We love to see it. Well, Paul says hundreds. How are you? What are you up to, Mr. Possessive? In binders and bins. Oh my gosh. So, Paul, if you could do anything you wanted to with your art, what would you do with it? With all the art you have in binders and bins? Everybody's saying hello to Mr. Possessive, and he says, I'm great. Been busy traveling back to LA, but we're thriving. Strip the holiday away. How is everyone here? I love that for you. Okay, Carl, thank you. I'll see if I can find it, my friend. All right, Carl Shell. What did he say? Carl, if I missed a comment, you said it's not showing up. The last thing it says you said was that yesterday's stream wasn't planned. And now it just says that I missed a comment. So if you said something, it's not showing up for me. Rosie says they live in the same house, but my dad is upstairs and my mom is downstairs with me in the basement. My mom wants to divorce him though. Aw. Paul says, I don't know. I never thought about it. Well, what happens if you one day pass? What will happen to all that stuff? Don't you have any feelings about it or things you would like for it to happen with it? Hello, Chu. How are you? I know you care about it. I know you care deeply about it because you thought people were stealing your art just from your YouTube channel. He says no. And Carl says it shows up here. What shows up there? Oh, it shows up for you? I'm sorry, Carl. If it's not showing up for me, I can't read it, my friend. Paul says they are my children. Mm. Interesting. What would you should think about these things though. You have brothers. What would they do with your stuff? I'm just thinking, is that why you don't want to get rid of them? Because they're your children? He says, who knows? Mr. Possessive says, I feel that, Paul. Rosie will be right back. He says, yes. Aw. That's so sweet, Paul. You are so sweet. And I love you so much. I don't know. I just love my idea. Of course, it's my idea. I love it, Paul. But I love the idea of you sharing some of those ornaments and stuff with some children in hospitals over the holidays. I think what a magical gift. Oh, oh, Paul, I want to cry too. Carl says certain people in America are getting wet. Are you bringing the rain with you, Carl? Rosie is back, and Yogi still isn't live. Is it 5 o'clock? I didn't hear a 4:30 alarm for him. No, he's usually around 5:09 to 5:11 in the morning. But I did not hear our 4:30 alarm go off. Interesting. Thanks for keeping an eye out, Rosie. Me too, Paul. Seriously. William says, I wish I could cry. You should try it. Mr. Possessive says, Carl, certain people get wet around me too. Paul. Rosie says, you're welcome. And Carl says he'll be one of them who gets wet. What is today? Today is Monday. Okay. Bridget has one more day of work. Rosie says, hi, mister. And Paul says, I need a minute, for sure. Mr. Possessive says, hey, everyone, sending love. Thank you, Mr. Possessive. Rosie says, I have school today, and are you okay, Paul? Oh, this is that song for that girl Emma who used to come in. Boy, she was a handful. I think she was a troll, anyways. Funny. Carl says, I deleted the Facebook page that Yogi was on Saturday. Okay. Rosie says, spring break went by fast. Mr. Possessive says, what's the tea on Emma? I hardly remember. I just know she was, gosh. She was just always had to be the center of attention by any means necessary. Carl says, Emma is my friend. I really don't think it's the same Emma because she was a child. Well, her troll appearance was of a child. I do think she probably was a child. It's funny you said that, Carl. Mr. Possessive says, sounds like a slippery slope. Right, exactly. That's why it's a handful. Rosie says, wait, is that the girl who said she's pregnant? No. Who was that? Was that Caitlin? No, Kate, somebody banned Caitlin and she's never been back. There is our alarm for Yogi, Rosie. They didn't ban her, they just removed her for the day and she's never been back. But yeah, she said she was pregnant. Then she said no, it was her mom was pregnant, but that's not Emma, but similar. Carl says she'll be back. Probably we're talking about her. We're probably going to invoke her presence. Rosie says, LOL, Carl. So if I was a troll, you would love me? No, I think there's a different Emma. Carl would not because she was portraying herself as a child, and Carl does not have children in his live streams. You're welcome, Rosie. Jack, did you say it's time? Yes, it's time, Mom. Uh-huh. Okay. Then she said she got pregnant, right? But she did I don't want to say anything unkind because she did support me a lot. She did I think she bought some jewels a couple times too for me. So we do love her, whatever was going on with her. Carl says Emma supports me on Facebook. Okay. All right. Hey, Mr. Possessive, I hope you have an awesome day. Have fun. Stay safe. Paul, I love you so much. Rosie says she's awesome, but I think she was a kid saying that. Yeah. Definitely think she's a kid. She said she was a kid. She told me she was a kid. I just don't remember what age. Young. Thank you, Mr. Possessive. All right, guys, we're going to go. Carl, if you're live streaming, I will turn you on. I will keep an eye out for you because he said he was going live at 5, but we're late. So, love you guys. Have a great day, and we hope to see you again. Bye.